What's up? What's up, people? How you guys doing? Happy Monday. This is Jeremiah Davis, the funding coach, and it's Monday Fun Day. Well, I got a lot of updates on this PPP thing going on, so let me get right to it because it's fluid. It's changing week by week based on a lot of different factors. Main factor is fraud. But this is some of the information that we got. So they've increased the verification processes. So basically, since the second round of PPP came out, there's been over 3 million applications. And this information is about a week old. And let's see, 2 million of those had errors. And then some of the other standard banks, they're reporting 50% of the applications they're submitting or getting, not really submitting, are fraudulent. 50% fraudulent. 50% fraudulent. That's crazy. Okay, it still blows me away that people think they can outsmart the government or these banks. These banks have been doing this a lot longer than any of us. They have things in place and protocols established to catch this stuff. You're not smarter than the bank, okay? It ain't worth going to jail over a few $1,000s, all right? But this has caused all this delay in funding, additional protocols put in place to a stopgap measure. A lot of banks that were taking it have stopped processing PPP loans because of this. So, you know, I'm even getting calls from people saying they applied with another bank and they hadn't heard nothing back from them in 2 or 3 weeks. Most likely that bank isn't taking any new applications because they got to make sure the ones they got aren't fraudulent. Okay. So, a couple things, the latest update that I have received is now, even if you already applied, but you have not been funded, you have to go back and add more documentation to your application. The primary documents they want the full completed 2019 tax returns. All right. It's okay if you haven't actually filed them, but they want them a PDF form that cannot be editable when you upload them. All right. Basically, a lot of people were just submitting Schedule Cs. They were complete fraud, just lies. What you guys don't know is this paperwork is a paper trail going through the SBA and to the IRS. So that Schedule C you're filing is what your taxes when you file need to be identical. Okay, you can always amend taxes, but if you're claiming that you made X amount of dollars and you had X amount of expenses and it's all lies, they coming for you. They coming for you. Believe it. So that, I mean, 50% of these banks that were taking the applications said 50% were fraudulent PPP applications. This is crazy. It's crazy. Okay. So now all of us that's trying to do it the right way, now we got to go back, right, and get that 2019 full tax return. So if you're a sole proprietor, you should have had a 1040 easy with a Schedule C attached, right? And we need the whole package to submit to the bank before you even going to get a pre-approval. Okay, and we can still use the Schedule C for 2020, but like I said, that Schedule C better be accurate. It better be accurate, because what the Schedule C is telling the government is that your business made this amount of money, and they're going to expect a business tax return for that amount of money. Yeah, exactly. This is what it's come to. Okay. Also, another stopgap measure was electronic bank verification. Okay, what we was doing is uploading a voided check, and then once you got the approval, you had to do one more step of verification, meaning verify your account number and routing number with the bank in the back end of the portal of the bank that you get when you get an email saying your application has been submitted, and then you can track your progress of the application through the bank's portal, through our funders portal. But now they've added an extra step of bank verification to weed out the fraudulent stuff. Because this is what I heard. I don't know where, it ain't been on the news, but through the grapevine, I heard that somebody out there submitted 300 PPP loan applications. And I believe most of them got approved and all the money got submitted to one bank account. And it was all fraud. Now, some stories say that these are foreign people that have shipped the money overseas and they're not ever going to get it back and they'll just get deported. Some story says that these people are going to federal penitentiary for a long time. So I don't know. It's a rumor, but that's the type of stuff that we're encountering. I personally had a lady who just got funded in February and has come with another bank, not through me. And then come to me in March and apply for a second time. And she provided her E-Trans number, her loan docs, all her documents. And I just look at it and said, you just got funded 3-4 weeks ago. What are you doing? You can't get another loan. Come on, man. Come on. Some of this stuff is elementary. Okay, if you got a PPP loan last year, right, with the first round, you are eligible to apply for the second round. If you got an EIDL the first round, you can apply for the second round of PPP. All right, the new EIDL is coming out. It has different criteria. All right, their target market are businesses in urban communities. So there's a different criteria. Now, some people was only able to get up to 10,000. There is a process where you can resubmit and get, if you got less than 10,000, to get the other part of the 10,000. Okay, so, but they're not, the EIDL is a loan. Only a percentage of that can be forgiven. Okay, so the majority of it is going to be a loan, SBA, low interest loan, you can pay monthly payments on. All right, the PPP, right, the second round I'm talking about is going to be offered for 100% forgiveness if you can show, right, and all the paperwork and requirements are coming out, they're trickling out now, that you can show that 60% of that money went to payroll, your personal payroll if you're a sole proprietor or a one-person business entity like me and a lot of people we know. Okay, if you have, W-9 employees, not W-2, W-9 where there's commission based, only that doesn't count. They have to file their own PPP loan application for themselves as a sole proprietor, as a contract employee. All right, the only ones that you can count as part of your payroll are W-2 employees. Okay, and for that, you'll need to have completed the 940 or the 941, which is your payroll tax documents. One is for annual and one is for quarterly. Okay, so now I've had people come to me that has just started their business at the end of 2019, like last quarter, and will still get approved for 2020. I had somebody to supply that had just started their business at the beginning of 2020 before all the stuff came out about the pandemic, and they got approved. So, and it's not saying necessarily you have to have a business in 2019, because the standard requirement is that they're comparing your the quarterly income from 2019 to 2020. The requirement is that you have to have a 25% reduction in income in any given quarter comparing 2019 to 2020. So say in the third quarter, side by side, if your income for your business was down 25% in 2020, then 2019, then you qualify. But they're giving this money away to many people, but they're not trying to give it away for fraudulent people. So I have about 50 plus applications that all have been submitted, but it came at a time when they changed the rule. So now we're in the process of going back and telling everybody that we can't just use the Schedule C for 2019. I need the full tax return documentation to get your loan approved. Now, but here's a good thing is the application is submitted, so monies have been reserved for those applicants. So you still can get your money, right? It's already been allocated for your particular application, but it won't go any further until we get all the docs updated. Okay, and that is your full tax returns for 2019. Now, if you have 2020 as well, provide them. Okay, so we can get this ball out to make the process even faster. So these are the type of things that we're dealing with, and we get a lot of people calling us talking about when they're going to get their money, when they're going to get the money. Why is this changed? Why is that changed? Listen, this thing is fluid. Okay, the IRS, the SBA, these banks and entities that we're all using to process these loans are scrambling from week to week as new changes have to be made most of the time because of fraudulent activity. Okay, it's not my call. It's not, whoever you applied with. It's not on them. It's not the accountant. It's the system that's been over inundated with fraudulent accounts or fraudulent applications. So if you want to stop, and go with someone else, you can, but it's not going to change nothing. As soon as you get an E-Trans number attached to your file, you cannot go to another bank and start all over from scratch. Okay, that E-Trans number is attached to your name, your social, your business, all the details that we put on the application. So you're not going to be, you can't outsmart the system. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So, and then, everything from blurry checks, blurry IDs, other thing, the 1040s cannot be editable versions. So a lot of people are just going online, getting the PDF, typing it in, and then printing it and sending it to us, or not even printing it, just so send it electronically so I can edit it when I open it up. They're not accepting that. They want a hard copy that's printed, right? They're not taking counter checks. They're not taking deposit slips. They want a voided printed check or a bank verification letter. Okay. So I know a lot of people don't, when they open their business account or their personal account, who uses checks anymore? Very few people. Okay. But you will have to get one printed. All right. I have check software, not that I advertise this, but you can get a check printing software and print your checks instead of ordering them from a third party. That's just an option. Just saying, these are a lot of stopgap measures to prevent this fraudulent thing. And so they're creating these extra hurdles for us and for you as the clients that are applying. Because they want to give you the money, but they don't want to give it. They don't want to be, lied to and swindled and going through all this fraudulent stuff. And there's probably going to be some additional changes coming. Okay. Good news is Congress did pass. President Biden signed the bill. So we got another 60 days roughly to submit these for you to get your paperwork in order and submit it right the first time and get the funding. Now, one other thing. The maximum PPP loan amount for a sole proprietor, someone who does not have W-2 employees, is $20,833. Okay, so if you don't have any W-2 employees, that's the max you're gonna get, no matter how much you make. I have a client that made over $1 million, but all his employees are W-9, so he cannot count the payroll for those W-9 employees. They will have to independently supply their taxes and their documents and apply individually. Okay. At first, I thought I was going to be able to get them $100,000, but they came out with that little stipulation where I learned about it, and I had to tell them, well, the max I can get you is $20K. So that's fine, no problem. So yeah, those are the things that are changed. So a lot of people are thinking they're going to get a large sum of money because they did, $200,000 or $300,000, what have you. If you got W-2 employees, you can get large sums of money, but they've added some additional stopgap measures for that too. So not only do you have to have the 940 or the 941, which is your tax documents for payroll, but you also have to have them signed and verified, because people have tried to submit those things as fraudulent as well. So that's a whole nother ballgame. That's an extra level of fraud that they're trying to get these large sums of money. So I'm just saying, the time and effort you waste on trying to put all that together to commit fraud is the same time amount of effort, probably less than doing it the right way. Okay, so if you don't know what you need, there's a list of supporting documents on the application on the website, businessfundingnow.com, and just go to applications, click on PPP loan, and that's the online form, and it tells you every document that you need right there. Okay, and then if you have more questions after that, you click the contact us, click on schedule an appointment, and you'll talk to me, and I will tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, but just because they gave us this extra time, right? So we got about roughly 60 more days to submit these. That doesn't mean the funds are going to be available for 60 more days. Okay. Now, nobody knows, nobody's saying it will run out, but when the funds do run out, then it's done. You're done. Okay. Now, that doesn't say you can't apply for the EIDL, but like I said, that's a different program with different requirements, and that's a loan, and only a portion of it is going to be allowed to be forgivable. Okay. So, and yes, I already know what your question is. Yes, you can apply for both. You can get the PPP now, and you can apply for the increase on the EIDL or the first time EIDL. Okay, we're working on getting the paperwork and the application for that as well. So probably within a week, we will have that available, because I believe it's going to be open back up to the public for those loans. But like I said, they have a different target audience for this second round of EIDL. So it's you have to make sure you know what that is. So if you're in that type of community, that you qualify. And it's more of the rural or urban settings where, not the, not the nice areas, all right, where the nice businesses are. But, or like I said, I live outside of Nashville, in the town I live in. It is included in that. It's just that there's a small percentage of businesses that have a lower revenue than those in like the next neighboring town, say like a Murfreesboro or Mount Juliet, which are a little more high-end type of suburbs that you can that may not be qualified, or certain neighborhoods in the city where there's a lot of entrepreneurs in a low income areas. So that's they want to try to get more money to these individuals that have operating businesses and doing everything by the book, trying got their hustle together and providing a service or a product for the community that did not get, they got overlooked on the first go round. So this EIDL is specifically targeting what they call, I think, HUD areas. And next time I will have that information, those resources for you, so you can be able to look up and see if you are in one of those areas to qualify for the second round of EIDL funding. Okay, but this is what's happening. So if you have an application in with me and you've gotten an email from me, or you got a call from one of my VAs asking you for your 2019 1040 tax returns or Schedule C or any additional information, it's not because they don't have nothing to do. All right, we got plenty of work to do, but we need this to complete your application process. And if you don't do it, you're not getting anything. Nothing's happening. Okay. And I'm not giving up on them. I'm having my people call and email all those people every day. So until they respond one way or the other. All right. But if you think you're going to go to another bank, First of all, you got to make sure the bank is still even processing loans. There's only a few banks that are left. I partner with the bank that is the top 3 of the PPP lenders in this go round in the nation. So they're still open and taking new applications. So it's definitely, listen, at the end of the day, get your docs together and apply. Okay. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's free money. All right. But you got to have your stuff together. Okay. You can't be out here jacklegging it no more. All right. If you're a true serious business person, man or woman, all right, get your paper docs together. Okay. The longer you wait and not get them together, the more difficult it's going to be for you to sustain your business, grow your business, access more capital or credit. There's a wide range of things you can do with this extra money. And, you know, I'm reserved by saying free money, but it's almost free money. I mean, you know, it doesn't make any sense for you not to at least try to apply, you know. And they're giving us this time to get your docs in order. And, you know, it's not difficult for you to get the last 2 years of your tax returns, your business profit and losses together, you know, P&Ls, balance sheets, what have you. Use a QuickBooks or a software, accounting software, or go to your accountant if you have an accountant that does your taxes every year, and add your business income and expenses. I mean, it's not, you know, they're not asking for a lot, to tell you the truth. Okay, I do regular business loans, regular personal loans, equipment loans, real estate loans. My business and real estate package loans they want 2-3 years of tax returns, business and personal. They want bank statements. They want a whole great deal. They want purchase orders, contracts, you know, title companies. Man, I mean, there's a lot that goes into funding in a normal environment. Okay. But if you don't know what the bank is looking for, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Simple. You know, how is the bank going to take you seriously? You ain't taking yourself seriously because you ain't got your documents in order. But you telling everybody you're a business person. All right. It's just a time where the rubber meets the road and you're going to have to, you know, present yourself as a real business owner or not. Okay. And one way or the other, it's all going to come out. You know, if you can't get this money, then I'm sorry. But they're giving you the time to do it. They're giving you the information that you need to get it done. They have, they just sit here, take it, here, take it. But we can't, we ain't got our stuff right. So, and not to say that's not a broad stroke. A lot of us do got our stuff right. A lot of us are submitting our documents correctly, you know, but that's where we're at. All right. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not the bank's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's the unscrupulous people's fault. All the fraud, you know. I mean, I can't imagine going to jail for any period of time whatsoever. But $20,000 ain't enough for me. Now, matter of fact, I need about a whole bunch of more zeros behind it. But my freedom is not worth that. I just keep on hustling. I'm gonna get there. I don't need to con nobody out of nothing. Okay, and y'all already know you can't con the government. All right, they're the masters of the con. I'm just joking. But they know what they're doing better than most of us. Okay, they created the system. Anyway, listen, I'm available to help you. My staff is available to help you. You know, if you don't come through business funding now, there are other entities and individuals out there that are doing it right. Couple of tidbits. All right, don't pay for nothing up front. Okay, that's not smart. All right, anybody that's charging you a a origination fee or a document preparation fee up front, I would not do that. All right. Those of us like myself, we ask for a small fee after you get funded. Okay. You have money in your bank account, and then we'll ask you to pay us the invoice that you agreed to in the beginning of the funding process. Okay. It's not a lot. It's just compensation for our time and our knowledge, which is worth it. It's worth it. Okay. I work hard for my money, and yeah. So, but having said that, just make sure you vet the people or the applications. I know there's a lot of people, there's some identity theft going on. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. You can't trust everybody. And I've heard that trickle down effect that, a lot of people are stopping to apply because, somebody said, oh, I got to pay up front, or there's somebody, somebody in their community is stealing identifications and jacking people's credit up and this and that, the other. Y'all, I ain't hiding from nobody. You can Google me. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, I'm here. So this is what I'm saying. Okay. Do a little more due diligence. Think about the process a little bit longer, and, and do it right. Do it right. That's all there is. That's all I got. Okay. Do it right. I'm going to do it right. You ain't going to jeopardize my business by trying to send me some stuff. If I look at it and it don't make no sense, I'm kicking it right back to you. You're not putting me and my livelihood on the line trying to scam something. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. That's what you're doing. You're putting other people's freedom and their livelihood at risk because you lazy. Now, I'm not speaking to you personally, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, these people out here, we ain't got time for that. We can get all that we want and deserve. We just got to work for it, and we got to do it by the book. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys learned something. If you have any more questions, reach out to me. Go to any of my websites, book an appointment. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I want to help all of us come up together. Okay. All of us come up together. I know what the banks are looking for personal loans, business loans, equipment financing loans, real estate investment loans, PPP loans, SBA 7A loans, other SBA type loans, alternative SBA loans. I have a wide range of lending resources, and I know how you get you qualified. Okay. If the PPP isn't for you, you just need a regular loan, come to me. I'll tell you I'll tell you what the credit score you need, the documents you need, how long it's going to take, what your chances are. If the direct approach is the right approach, we can find another approach, but it's going to be legit. It's going to be legit for okay. That's what I do. That's why I'm a funding coach, and that's why I own Business Funding Now. All right, you guys, I want to thank you for watching. Share, like, follow, all those things, comments, testimonials, what have you. But I want to thank you guys for watching. My name is Jeremiah Davis. I'm the funding coach, and this is Monday Fun Day. Peace.